One of the fastest ways to ruin a kayak trip is cheaping out on the batteries. This Pro Angler 14 came with 2 batteries, 2 lithium batteries. One was dead and one was sketchy. That's simply not going to cut it. Today we are building a battery setup for this Pro Angler 14 that I can trust and that is dependable, whether it's freshwater, saltwater, inshore, or offshore. If you are thinking to yourself, do batteries even matter? Wait till the wind shifts and you're about 2 miles from the launch. I have a Newport motor, it's the NK300 that's gonna power this Pro Angler 14. I'm gonna use a 36 volt, 30 amp hour Newport Vessels battery. I'm gonna keep all of my products the same. That way if there's any kind of a warranty issue or anything like that, they cannot void my warranty. They're gonna have to honor it because I'm using all of their products. The 36 volt lithium battery is simply going to power the NK300 motor from Newport, and that's it. I also have a Newport Vessels 12 volt lithium battery, and that's gonna power all of my electronics separately. Anything else that needs power besides the motor on this Pro Angler 14 is gonna be powered by that 12 volt battery, whether it's graphs, lights, any other type of electronics whatsoever on this kayak. I'm gonna use this BlackPak Pro 16 by 16 to store at least the 36 volt battery. I might put the 12 volt in here as well. If you're gonna do any kind of future modifications or upgrades or anything like that, you might wanna consider those before you start drilling and start placing your batteries and or anything else inside of your BlackPak Pro or wherever you're gonna store your batteries. For starters, we're gonna simply open up the BlackPak Pro, place our battery inside, and start to try to figure out exactly where holes will be drilled, where wires are going to be placed through the BlackPak Pro and connected to our 36 volt battery. There's an old adage, I believe it goes, measure twice, cut once. In this situation, same thing, but it's gonna be measure twice, drill once. We don't wanna drill a bunch of holes in our boxes, in our kayaks, anything like that we're gonna later regret. We're gonna use the through-hole wiring kit. The regular size and or the XL is gonna depend on the size of your wires. If you're running sonar or you're running anything like that that has large cables or wires, you're obviously gonna go with the XL version. If you're running something smaller like a fish finder, something simple like that, you're gonna go with just the regular version. YakAttack makes a very good product. They're not the only one out there, but this is what we're gonna use today. I'm gonna be using 8 gauge wire from my battery to my NK300 motor. So I'm gonna be using the XL version of this through-hole kit. If you're using the original smaller size from YakAttack in order to pass your wires through the through-hole, you're gonna need a 1-inch bit, a hole saw, or a spade bit in order to cut your holes into the kayak and or your box. If you're using the XL variety like we are today, you're gonna need an 1.5 inch hole saw bit or spade bit. Once we open up our through-hole wiring kit, again, this is the XL. This is gonna take a 1.5 inch spade bit or an 1.5 inch hole saw bit. It will come with your directions or instructions. Please read them and follow them. It will also come with these 4 Christmas trees that are basically all types and sizes of holes that you will pass your wires through. You'll have a little bit smaller holes, a little bit bigger holes, and quite a bit bigger holes depending upon what size wires you are passing through your kayak and or your BlackPak Pro, your box, whatever accessories that you're using. Also inside that kit, you'll have a little grommet and some hardware. That is the actual piece that is going to affix to your kayak and or your BlackPak Pro or whatever it is that you're drilling into that you're passing these wires through. So we're simply gonna put this grommet in the area that we believe we're gonna place our wires through. So you're gonna put your battery up inside the box, check for the fit, check where you think you want to place that. Again, if you're looking to plan for future upgrades, think about those things now. It might save you time and money for the future. Okay, we're simply gonna place the grommet where we think we might wanna drill that hole. And on the BlackPak Pro, it's nice because a lot of these holes are gonna line up perfectly with the holes that are inside the grommet. So it makes it pretty easy. I can't stress this enough, folks. We're using the XL version of the through-hole kit from YakAttack. With the XL variety, you need an 1.5" hole saw or spade bit. If you are using the original or the smaller version of the through hole kit from YakAttack, you're going to use a 1" hole saw bit or spade bit to drill your hole. Get your safety glasses on or your glasses on. Make sure you're protecting your eyes. Safety first, or we'll never get out there on the kayak. Take off any little burrs or anything like that. We've got our mess cleaned up for the most part, and I'm pretty satisfied with the hole placement. Probably a good idea that I am, because if I wasn't, it's a little bit too late. Now we can go ahead and route our wires through the grommet, run them into the BlackPak Pro or whatever it is that we're using. I've got some excess wire loom on here. I don't know exactly where I want to cut that yet. Simply get a little dry fit. I think that's going to work well. I'm going to cut this wire loom off where I've got it or somewhere close. All dependent upon how you're going to set yours up is going to depend on what materials or tools you need. I don't really have a material list here for you guys because everybody's going to use something, you know, different more than likely. Get a dry fit up inside there. Make sure it's going to work the way you want it to. And then we're going to start to grab these Christmas trees, these rubber grommets, and figure out which one you're going to use for your specific wire size. Something to pay attention to when you cut on these rubber grommets is you do not want to cut at a 90-degree angle. Come off at a 45-degree angle on these and you'll get a much better fit. To me, if you use scissors or something like that, the blade's too big, and what it's going to do is going to take out more rubber, and you're not going to have as tight as a seal as you could if you use something like a razor blade. All right, we cut these at that 45-degree angle that I was talking about. Simply spread that open to get that wire into the hole. And both of those seem to be really tight, and I think will work to perfection. So again, you could slide the wire through if you don't have any connectors on the wire itself, or you can cut it. Do not cut it at a 90-degree angle, cut it at a 45-degree angle. Once you do that, you're going to see that you have two little indentions on one side. Those indentions need to be facing up, out, or towards you when you're placing your wires through. Then you place your grommet up through here. Don't overdo it with your silicone or your goop, but you're going to want to put it in between the two halves. You're going to want to put it anywhere you would normally put silicone in order to get a good seal in between the two halves as the wires pass through the through hole, things like that. Add a little bit of silicone, not too much, and start to put this together. Folks, don't be a silicone snob. If you like Loctite, use Loctite. You like goop, use goop. Whatever works for you, it's gonna work. It's all the same stuff. It's just a brand or a label on there. Just like YakAttack is. You don't have to use YakAttack, neither do I. Use what products you like to use and go forward. Get the grommet on here. Get everything pushed together as it's supposed to be. Simply get yourself a nice little Phillips screwdriver. If you're good and handy with a drill and you don't think you're going to over tighten these and cause a problem, use a drill. I would recommend not using the drill. Going through here lightly and putting the first couple in here, and then starting to tighten it down once you know you got it exactly where you want it. Just lightly put them in for now. We're not trying to over tighten, but let's make sure we can get all 4 of the screws in, and then we can crank them down a little bit. All right, all 4 screws are in. We're not going to over tighten, but we're going to make sure that we're tight. Make all your final adjustments before you put it inside the BlackPak Pro. It's just a whole lot easier. We're simply going to take the foam, the battery, and the strap all at once and place it inside the BlackPak Pro. During the shipping of your batteries, they will almost always come with some sort of a foam or something that they are shipping it in. Don't get rid of it. This is incredible to use to store your battery in a crate inside your BlackPak Pro, whatever the case may be. TH Marine also sells a cool little battery tray strap. That is exactly what I'm going to use to hold both of these inside of the BlackPak Pro. That should work perfect. Now we'll take a screw somewhere up in here and anchor this to the actual BlackPak Pro. Cables are going to be more than long enough, which would be a terrible time to find out that they weren't. I think that'll be fine. All right, everything with that strap, everything with that foam, and the battery looks really good. Let's go ahead and make the connections to this 36 volt, 30 amp battery. Tighten them down nice and tight. Don't crank them, you don't need to. We don't want anything hanging down past that insulation or past that foam, because we might put another battery there, we might put tackle boxes, we might put other electronics, not 100% certain. Alrighty, we got our 36 volt, 30 amp hour Newport battery installed for our NK300 motor from Newport. Everything is wired, strapped in, looks beautiful inside the YakAttack BlackPak Pro 16x16. Now we're simply coming over here and taking our crush-proof Anderson plugs, one coming from the battery, one going to the motor, the NK300, and we're simply going to connect these together. Positive to positive, negative to negative. It's pretty much foolproof. They won't let you hook it up the incorrect way. Everything is connected for power, as well as the wiring over to the control pad. We're going to take the key from Newport, bring it over there, and see if this bad boy runs. Give it a little load test. All right, you can see it's been running for a minute. Now we can go to Newport app, come over here to the correct battery, connect to the battery. It's telling me it's 100% charged. It's giving me all the statistics on that battery, telling me everything about it. And so that's the beauty behind this. I can be out there on the water and I can know exactly how much charge I have, how much charge I have left, what my range is, and it's just an absolute beauty overall. Again, folks, Newport battery, 36 volt, 30 amp hours to my NK300 from Newport. That's a beautiful motor, plenty of torque, plenty of power. And now with that BMS monitoring system on my battery, I can go near and far and have that peace of mind knowing exactly how much battery life I have left. It can't get any simpler, guys, from this YakAttack BlackPak Pro. The battery installation, long pigtail for now, just in case I want to move this battery somewhere else on this Pro Angler 14. As far as weight distribution goes, that NK300 is plenty of power, plenty of torque, plenty of motor. It'll get me anywhere and everywhere I want to go. Then I can use my pedal or my paddle and go from there. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something. I was going to do the 12 volt power system during this video as well, but this one's probably going to be pretty long as it is. I'm going to leave it as is for now, but look for a part 2 coming out as far as the 12 volt system goes, and we'll see you guys when that video comes out. Thank you so much. Appreciate you being here. If you would, hit the like, hit the subscribe, leave a comment, and we will see you guys out there on the water. Take care.